My collection of short stories, Bombay Hangovers, has just released. You will find it on Amazon, in India and worldwide. Today I will share a short story excerpt of The Leaves of the Deodar from the book that was a winner at the Open Road Review Contest 2016. Let me take you to 1856, Shimla, British India. From the window in the attic, Britsane watched dawn lighten the lawns of the mansion. He looked around at his own tiny room, smiling sleepily. Trinkets, a lady's silver bracelet, 2 brass timepieces, coins from London, 3 blue and white fine bone cups sat on saucers. Britsane hadn't bothered to hide his loot. No one entered his room. When he was away, he made sure to lock his door with an old padlock. He was single and could live here. The other servants had their rooms swelling with wives and babies, impatient children, and sometimes old, ailing mothers and fathers. Britsane began his workday by placing a fine cup of tea in front of English Sahib, who was reading the Angrezi paper. A picture of men in white topis greeted the front page. These men were conspiring to overthrow the Raj. Of that, Britsane was sure. Why would there be a frown on Sahib's face otherwise? If this happened, it wouldn't take long to go back to orchard life, thought Britsane. That life of picking cherries, throwing off the rotten ones, filling containers, loading carts upon carts. He on his feet the whole day, so much that he had quite a hatred to the very sight and smell of cherries. Raw or ripe or rotten, they made him nauseous. Britsane watched the milk swirl in Sahib's teacup. What if he brought it to his lips instead of Sahib? How would it taste on this dewy morning? He watched biscuits, the freshly baked bread, glisten in its foam with a topping of maple, syrup, jam, and showered with cinnamon sugar. Poor Knights of Windsor, they called it. Some honey had smeared dry on a plate. Britsane sat on his haunches, swallowing into his dry throat. The Sahib ignored his cup of tea. There was news that Mame was to arrive from London. Surely work would increase manyfold then, calculated Britsane. What lips she had! Pink. If only he could put his lips to those. The English Sahib's frowns had deepened now as he turned the papers. By night, after the lights of the mansion had dimmed and the haze of winter crept over the tallest trees hanging out a cloud canopy, the barber, Ali, drowned out the servants' sleep with his commentary. All day long, Ali would sit in his shop reading the Dilhi Urdu Akhbar as he waited for people to get their hair done by them. On most days he was free. How fast did hair grow in any case? So he would drink up the last drops of news from the newspaper, so proud that he could read, and now relay all of that. The other servants were not familiar with either the shapes of letters or the meanings behind them, and were grateful for Ali. They smoked chillam, rubbed their palms in front of the fire, as they huddled together in their torn shawls and sweaters, sipping liquor and listening. The day is decided, huh? Jhansi ki Rani's bid for mutiny, huh? Ali whispered. 10th May of next year, huh? Also, there are lotuses and rotis doing the round. Anyone who gets it should take it as a reminder of the rebellion. Ali's voice rose as if the Rani's ghost had possessed him. If you get a roti and a lotus, remember you are blessed and Rani's chosen one. You have to rebel in some way, any way. Even if we are not sipais? Asked a servant. Array, rebel anyhow. Throw stones at the sahibs. Poison the mame's dishes. Ali crouched and whispered, Do anything against the enemy. All were fearful of the mansion. Bridsain too looked at the looming structure. Sometimes under the moonlight, it seemed to be listening. Its windows as big as ears. The Leaves of the Deodar from Bombay Hangovers. Do read and review.